Hello. Can someone tell me the difference between the uh, names namespace or the schema and the database?
Yeah, the namespace is containing that's also called the default schema.
Yes.
It contains the multiple tables, different tables, and each table contains a different database that is related to the employee information or maybe related to the course. So that belongs to which table we are talking about that one.
Perfect. Yeah. All the tables will be grouped under the namespace called the schemas, and the different one database can contain the multiple schemas, and under one SQL Server instance you can have multiple databases, and each table will have the columns, right? So column will be associated with the data type. Data type will associate with the properties of the storage and the type of the data type and the range, how much it can hold it. Okay. Yes, Kranti, yes, we will share the definitions and the recorded audio, and the first session also got recorded. Each session will be recorded, and we'll share the document over there. Okay. Yes, and yeah, the different data types we talked about, the numerics as the first one, right? So what is the purpose of the numeric data types?
Numeric data types having the two types, what is the exact number and approximate number, but basically the numerical having the each particular data type having that memory. For example, you wanted to characters or numbers, variable characters. So specifically, we want to save the data memory actually.
Yeah, so the data type will be associated with the storage and the range, right? So suppose if I want to give the gender, if I want to store the gender, so what data type would you suggest and why?
I would suggest character because it is only specific set, either a male or a female. So yeah, we can go for character.
So we can go for the character. Okay. Yeah, I will come back to the other guy's answer also. Yes.
And the gender means you have to put the male or female only, correct?
Yes. So that's what I'm asking. Gender is.
Actually, gender is not containing any complicated characters. It is simply having the male MA 4 letters and female is 6 letters. I think so. It may be suitable characters, but variable characters, if defining the different names and different length will be there, we can go ahead with the variable characters.
So at the final answer, what is your final answer? It's a character.
Character.
The character, are you go by the fixed length character or the variable length character?
That may be better to go to the variable characters, because if taking the gender, male having the 4 letters and female having the that may have been 6 letters. So if for example if we go to fixed component, but we are for example multiple males we are having that one, we are wasting the memory.
So yeah, if you take the male or female, the number of storage difference is only 2 bytes. Anyway, you go for the variable also, it will allocate the overhead of 2. So in this scenario, it doesn't matter either you go by the fixed length or the variable length. Both will be the from the same. So, and you have to give character of Maximum length, how much you can give? 6.
Character 6.
Yes. So this is the perfect way. So you can define as the character of 6, right? So that will work. And suppose if I want to store just the integer values where the different categories, I'm expecting my categories which will be around 150. So then what data type would you suggest for that category ID?
Category is 1. You want to go to 150 means we'll go to that is called bit.
Bit will
Bit is
Tiny integer.
tiny integer. That's right.
integer.
Perfect.
No, that is integer. Integer also will take long. 250 means.
Tiny integer is
Yeah,
enough.
no, actually, I will go with that means 150 means may not be required the integer. I think so. Maybe tiny integer better.
Yes, tiny integers. Yes, perfect, guys. Yeah, happy to you guys are following. So next one is let's take. I have some one more question on the numeric side. Okay, what is the maximum precision I can apply in the numeric?
64.
38.
38 is right answer. Perfect. And the numeric
Hey, can you repeat that question one more time, please?
number of precisions. So the numeric will be defined as P of S, right? So P means precision, S means a decimal point. So total, how many digits you can have in the numeric? Out of that, how many decimal points is the S? So totally, you can have the 38 digits. So that is the maximum number you can define. And the S is less than or equal to greater than 0 and less than or equal to P, whatever you have specified. And let's take, if I give the numeric 18 comma 2, how much storage it would take?
It will take total characters 18 length and 2 is after decimal point in 2 characters.
Yes, that's right, but how much storage it would take? That's what I'm asking.
And totally 18, correct? 18 numbers. So total we count including that last after decimal points. Before 16, after decimal point 2.
Yeah, so this would take totally 9 bytes. Okay, this totally take the storage is totally based upon the precision it will take. Okay, if it is 1 to 9, it's a 5 bytes, 10 to 19, it is 9 bytes, 22 or 28 is 13 bytes, 29 to 38, it's going to be 19 bytes. This is the storage, how it will allocate. Perfect. Good. And what is the difference between character strings and Unicode character strings?
Yeah,
Unicode.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk it.
Unicode strings are used for especially specific characters, and it can up to 4,000 characters, and it will take 2 bytes for each length. For example, if it is 5 and cat 5, so it will give a 10
Yeah.
bytes.
If it is a nvarchar 5, and if I written the 5 characters, then how many bytes it would take?
5 means for Unicode you're asking?
Unicode nvarchar. So
Yeah.
I'm writing.
So it will kill 10 bytes. It will allocate 10
nvarchar
bytes.
of 5. So
Yeah.
there is a nchar of 5.
N into. Okay.
So
So it will allocate 10 bytes.
So in this scenario, it would allocate 12 bytes. In this scenario, it is a 10 bytes. So variable character, it would take the plus 2 bytes overhead.
Yeah. Okay.
That is the only difference. So it's a variable character. Let's take, if you give the nvarchar 5, you can write the two characters AB. Then it would take 2 into 2, 4 plus 2, 6 characters. Okay, 6 bytes. Sorry. Here in this, it's AB. It's going to be 4 bytes. No, sorry, here it is going to be 10 always. It is a nchar. So it is always whatever the length you entered, doesn't matter. The maximum size is 5. So 5 2s are 10 bytes is going to be allocated. Here the variable character, Unicode variable character, that would take the whatever number of characters you have entered into 2 plus 2 bytes is the overhead. Okay, good. So now we discussed about the exact numerics and the character strings. Let me quickly go through the one more data type, and then we'll come back to the question before yesterday I have asked you guys to think about the tables for the online store. What are the tables you think about it, and what are the columns you've gone through it. So we will go through that list, and then we will go back to the how to create a table. What are the different types of commands we have, how to create a table, because we understand what is a column, what is a data type. That is sufficient to create a table. Okay, then let me just close out the date data type also, then we will go. Hello, do you have any question? I heard someone is raise a question, something like that.
Can you talk about approximate number?
Sorry, sir, there was some problem with my mic, so I was just checking.
Okay, anyone has?
Are you going to talk about the approximate numerics?
Pardon?
Approximate numerics.
Yes, we will talk about the approximate numeric also. Yes, that is required also. Okay, so the I will come back to the approximate numeric. That is very pretty simple, straightforward. It's a float, right? So it is a float data type, float or the real. So the data type will be defined as float of n. Float of n. So the n should be maximum 51 characters, 51 digits. Okay, so the difference between the exact numeric and approximate numeric is, if you give the exact numeric and you entered some value, while you are reading also, it will give you the exactly result back, the precisions and everything. But if you use the approximate one, it will round up the things, it will give you the approximate value. So let's take some scientific experiments kind of things. You won't get the exact numbers, you will get the approximate numbers. At that point of time, the float values will be fine. So if you want the exact numbers, what you stored, you have to retrieve the exactly same number of decimals and everything. Then the exact numerics will be. So the difference between the approximate numerics and the exact numerics, coming to this one is, the approximate numeric values, especially the float values. If you go to the integer and the small int, those things, there is no approximate concept at all, right? So if I give the 1, 2, 3, it should be shown as 1, 2, 3 only. There is no approximate concept. But if I give the 1, 2, 3.42576, something like that, then it can be round up to 1, 2, 3.457, right? So if you use the real or the float, it can be round up and it will give you the approximate value. But if you use the numeric value, it will give you the exact number what you have. So only in the decimal part, there is a concept of the approximate. There is no concept for the integers or the small int or big int. There is no concept point of the approximate. Is it make sense?
Okay.
So if I give
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, please.
Sir, we discussed that for gender selection, that is male and female, we can use character. So my question is here, can we use the bit here, since there are only two options, either male or female?
That's right. So that is based upon the information how you want to store. That's a very good point. Basically, let's take, if you store as the bit and 0 and 1, always when your applications, okay, front-end applications, whenever there is a population happen, so the gender field, and you need to, your drop down need to fill the value, right? And the user need to select gender male or female. At that point, if you read the data from the database and you are giving the reporting, while you are reporting, if you show the 0 and 1, people won't understand, right? So always you have to convert 0 as a male or the 1 is a male, something like that. So you have some business logic at your end. You have to apply that business logic every time to convert the actual value, right? That is the overhead. So, but some cases, the flags, let's take the yes or no. Always yes is 1, no is 0, right? So that means everybody knows 1 means yes, 0 means true means 1, false means 0. That is makes sense. But coming to the gender or this one, gender concept, we can't provide to the user saying that zeros and ones. So
thank you, sir.
That's why we go for the character. That's a very good point.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So coming to this one, approximate numerics, only the decimal parts can be, there is a approximate concept. for the actual integer part, there is no approximate constant. That's why on the approximate numeric, we have only float and real. Okay, the float is can be to the 51 digits, right? So it can be go to the 51 digits again based upon the 1 to 24. That would take 8 bytes. I hope I will reconfirm you guys also. It's a 1 to 24. Then it's going to be 8 bytes or 4 bytes. Sorry, I forgot. Sorry about that. It could be the 4 bytes. I hope. Okay, but I will double confirm you guys. Yes, 2, 1. So it's going to be the 1 to 53, and it could be the 4 bytes, but I will double confirm that part. And second thing is the real is float of 24. Real means float of 24. So whenever you define the real, there is no of n, real of n. We will just give the real, which means which is equivalent to the float of 24. If you use the float, you can switch between 1 to 51. If you use the real, that is equivalent to the float of 24. Like the numeric and decimal, both are the same purpose, same thing. Here also float and real are the same purpose and same thing. Is it clear? So whenever you are storing some approximate values, you are doing some scientific experiment, you are storing the results, then you have to store the approximate value set. Then you will go for the float. If you are just doing the normal amounts and all these things, you can go for the numeric kind of things. That is the completion of the numeric data types. We have the exact numeric and approximate numeric. Now the interesting part is date, right? So can anyone tell me what could be the possible data types in the date type? Swati?
You can have a date or a date time,
Okay,
timestamp.
Date time, okay.
Timestamp.
Timestamp, okay. Anything else you guys can think of? That's good. So there is a time, okay. There is a date. There is a small.
I think you can get month, year, day, something like that kind of.
Yeah. So it's I'm telling now. So this is the time. One is the time. One is date. One is small date time. Next one is date time 2. Date time. Next one is date time 2. Next one is the date time offset. Okay, we have time, date, date time to time offset, date time offset. So the time part, as we all know, it is the hours, minutes, seconds, and it will have the nanoseconds of 7 digits. Okay, so the time part, if you just define the time data type, it can hold the hours, minutes, seconds, and the nanoseconds till 7 digits of the nanoseconds. This time data type will take the 5 bytes of the storage. So you can store the value 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, 9999999 like that. 7 characters till this part. So by saying this one, you can say accuracy is 0.007 nanoseconds.
Small clarification. Just can I interrupt me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Actually, because this is a date belongs to time like that one, or this is a separate row, this is separate row.
Forgot about this. Okay, forgot about this one. Okay, in the date data types, we have the different categories. Like in the numerics, we have the hexadecimal integer like this. In the date, we have these are the different data types. Date.
Okay, fine, understand. Go ahead, understand.
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
time, date, small date time, date time to time offset. Okay, time will can help us to store the values of hours, minutes, seconds, nanoseconds of 7 digits. Okay, that would take the 5 bytes of the storage. Then if I go for the date, it will take it's a y. By default, it's a year, month, and date, right? So this will take the 3 bytes of the storage. 3 bytes of the storage. And in the date, the start date would be from 0101 1900 to 9999 1231. Okay, so the date part, okay, the date part, if you have the it's not the 1900 here, sorry, it's a small date time one. Here it is 010101 to let's say 00010101 to 1231 and this is the it will take the 3 bytes of the storage.
That means reverse correct? 999
Yeah,
1231 correct?
exactly. So it's going to be, if I have to mention like this, it's 9999 1231. Okay, so this is the date. The small date time will take it's a date plus time also. Small date time will take the date plus time both. Okay, it's kind of a y and dd, and the date it will take only the till the seconds. It won't consider any nanoseconds. Okay, and ss. And this date part, right, here one more small drawback is the small date time, which will take the 4 bytes of the total storage. Okay, but this is the range from, okay, it's from 1900 1900 0101 to 2079. Okay, 2079 0606. Okay, so it can hold the value till only 2079. That is the catch. If someone designed the database with the small data time, and if it is running, the data type that this can hold till only 2079. After that one, this data type won't hold the date. So if you guys remember Y2K problem, anyone remember there is a 2000, during the 2000, people are spreading the news saying that software industry going down. It's completely collapsed. Systems are breaking, something like that. Anyone hear that news during the 2000?
Yeah, we hear that one, but we
Yeah,
not exactly.
yeah. That is basically one of the date timestamp. They have the allocation till only 19th century, 20th century, till 2000. After that, date time can't hold. That's why all your date of birth and all these systems won't, the date column won't work. That's why the systems are going to be failed. Something like that. There was a gossips and all these things. It's true also. So basically, then the system got updated. Now, if someone used the small date time, and your date can hold only 2079 0606. But let's assume I'm creating some sample data time, and I just need a month date and hours until seconds only,
Good.
and I have next 10 years projection. Then I don't have any problem, and that will save my memory also, right? So that's why we need to just make sure that, okay, how much need we have, what is the kind of the data we are storing. Based upon these things, the information will be changed. Okay. The next one is the date time. Date time, it is the again YYY, MM, DD, HS, MM, SS. But here you can hold till 3 nanoseconds. Okay, so Some people just want the fraction of nanoseconds only till 3 nanoseconds. Then the date time is going to be the fine for us. So the date time again, it starts from the 1973. It is 1753 0101 to 9999 9999 1231. So there is no problem for the date. Only thing is the timestamp will take only the 3 nanoseconds of this one, and this would take 8 bytes of the 6 bytes of the memory. Sorry, 6 bytes of the memory. Okay, the date time too is the combination of date plus time. So it's going to be total date and total time till 7 nanoseconds. Right? mm, dd, hh, mm, ss, 7 nanoseconds. Okay, and it's going to be the 8 bytes of the storage. And the date is from, as I mentioned, it is from the date plus time, right? So it's going to be 1112, 1231, and all the things. So basically, based upon your usage, generally whenever someone trying to store the date, either you can go for the small date time or the date time. These two are fine enough for us, for our need, right? Is it clear? But if you are trying to do some mathematical machine, mathematical computations and all, you are care about the nanoseconds of the part also, then you will choose for the time to. See, with or without knowing, if you just mentioned as small date and small date time, this is the double the size. And let's assume you have the million records. So instead of taking the 4 million bytes, it would take the 8 million bytes. That's a huge. Your data is growing big like anything. And if your data grow big and your data retrieval also will take a long time. Date time offset is, it's a UTC format. So you need to store, if you want to store the offset value. You guys, anyone know about the UTC or PST, IST? We have the times, right? So anyone heard about the UTC time?
Yeah. That's UK time.
Yeah, what is the UTC time?
Plus 8 hour.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is the
I'm seeing Seattle right now.
exactly. So exactly. So basically, there is a universal time zone. From there, the time. So currently, PST is going to be plus 8 hours. IST is going to be minus 5.5 hours. So like this, right? So if you use the date time offset, you can give the UTC time plus, and suppose if your machine is in the PST, you can give the plus 8. So you can specify what is the offset, how many hours you are offset from the UTC time zone, either plus 8 or minus 530. So your date timestamp, whatever you have created in the DB, will have the same value, but based upon the application area. Suppose you have designed a database and you are running the inserted time or running time, something like that, and you have one laptop in US and one laptop in the India. So people trying to are accessing from India should see their timestamp, and people accessing from US should see here PST or CST timestamp. Then always you must store the some universal timestamp in the middle so that your applications can easily can convert, right? Otherwise, whenever you give the timestamp, date time, something like that, it would take the wherever your server is located, that server timestamp it will take and it will store. Let's take your server is in US and you are trying to insert the values from wherever it is. It always take the PST time if server is in PST time zone. So wherever your server is in time zone, generally that time zone value will take and store it. But if you want to store the UST time and give the what is the offset from where you are accessing, then you can go for the date time offset data type. Any questions over here? So did you understand the use of the when I need to use the date time offset, when I need to use the normal date? Let's take I am storing the data type of date of birth. Okay, when I am storing the
That,
date of birth.
that
So whether
then date we can use.
then date, I need not to go for the date time offset, right? That's fine. But excuse me, when I'm storing some value of the system runtime or uptime or what is the current time kind of things, then that should show that time zone and value related to that time zone, which means it has to take the universal time zone and offset values also. Sometimes you need to have the requirement such a way that from which area this data got inserted, something like that. Then also that date time offset columns will help you. Okay. Any questions on the date?
Can you write the format that one date time of just what you written as data type storage and range something like that, any idea?
Yeah, this one it's going to be the like this. So we can write down that the value is going to be y mm dd hs. So it's going to be date time, right? So ss of NNN 3 digits, right? Plus it in the it will give plus 8 or plus something like that. So the
Oh,
storage of also it will give you the offset value. You can store as the offset value over there. We can see. We can go through that exercises and we can do that. Okay.
and but what I'm asking that one, if let's say given but we have to mention the EST time or PST time like that way,
No,
any
that
some
will take the time zone from where you are entering. So whenever
oh,
you are trying to insert the value, your machine is in which time zone. Based upon that, that will take and that will add up. So this record
okay.
got added up from that time zone. But the value will be stored is the USD plus whatever the time zone you have in.
Okay.
Okay. So and this would take the 10 bytes of the storage. And if I go to the date again, as it is a date time, it must be from the 1753, right? Any questions on the date? So this ended us to understanding the concept of the data types, the primary data types. We have other data types also, like we have the SQL variant and unique identifier variant, and we have the multiple XML data type. We have the version number. We have the SQL variant. We have the multiple data types, other data types. But those data types we will discuss whenever the situation comes. But for the starting over, we need these data types. And one more point I missed to introduce is in the character we can mention always. Sometimes you need to mention this value, right? Character of var char of some thousand something like that. But let's take you give some comment something like that. You don't know how many letters they can enter. You want to give the maximum. So there is a thing called max also. You can specify as varchar max or nvarchar max. So whenever you specify the varchar max, so the maximum length it would take the that of varchar is it is going to be 8,000 and nvarchar is going to be 4,000, and the memory also is a 2 GB memory which will be take 2 GB memory. Okay, so if you give the max kind of things, then you don't know how much letters they will enter kind of thing, then you can use the varchar max. Always the max will be supported with the variable length only, not for the fixed length. A fixed length you can't say the max kind of thing, because always it will go for the allocate the maximum, right? There is no point of using the maximum with the fixed length type. You have to use the maximum with the variable length string data types only. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Now the questions for you guys. So now tell me, someone tell me, for the online store we want to discuss yesterday, right? So there is a online store, online retailing store. So online retail store. Now tell me, if I want to design a website or if I want to store the data related to the online retail store website, what are the different tables I required? How would you approach? You got your concept.
Products.
Yes, okay, products,
And maybe
Sales.
sales,
Departments.
department,
Categories. Yeah.
department, categories,
Customers.
okay,
Sizes.
1 second, that's good. Customers,
mm,
and I heard the category, next,
Ages.
what is that?
Oh, okay.
Amount.
That's fine, no, don't worry about the right or
Sizes.
wrong. Oh, I was not able to,
Invoices.
yeah, I was invoices, I was not able to hear you clearly, that's why I asked what is that, okay, don't take, yeah, just,
Price.
yeah,
Size, price,
price, I'm talking about the
size.
table names, guys, okay, just mention me the table names. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What
Transaction.
transaction? Okay,
the
Quantity.
quantity. Okay,
Location.
location.
Sizes,
Prices or sizes?
size.
Size. Okay. Did I write it
location.
correctly? Okay.
Salesperson. Date and time. Orders.
Orders. Mhm.
Salesperson name.
I'm talking about the tables. Okay. Think that perfectly. Okay. Sales
Employees.
person names, employees,
Vendors. Vendors.
vendors,
Um, Delivery time.
delivery time.
I'm not sure. That all.
Okay, just to speak out. Okay, don't worry whether it is right or wrong, whatever it is, whatever your thought process, that would help us to understand much better. And don't worry, all the people in the call are the same like you. Okay, there is no difference, and everybody here to learn the things. Okay, feel free to speak out.
Just this also will be there. Amount will be credited and will fail you. Something will be also there. Correct?
Then
Amount related.
amount related. Okay,
I'm not sure that what the table will call actually, but
okay, that's fine. Yeah, just speak out.
Transact.
Product ID number.
Okay, so we already
Discount.
discussed about the product table, right? So
Marketing.
marketing. Okay.
also financing.
Time.
Financing.
Sorry, I was.
But, no, I'm talking the financing. For example, if you maintain the financing, we're taking the loans, different banks are taking from.
Financing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Customer support.
Customer
Deals,
support.
today's
Okay.
deals, gift cards, registry,
Okay. Customer support.
Discounts.
Discount.
gift cards,
Gift cards.
Reward. Rewards.
Stocks.
Rewards.
Stock.
Stock.
Banking transactions, something like that. Some different type of banks. We're taking that transaction over the online, huh? FBA something or ICC, some transaction type.
Okay.
Banking transaction type.
Yeah, we will transaction. We already written.
payment methods, payment methods,
Payment methods. Okay.
Shipping details.
What is that? Sorry,
Product shipping.
products we already
account,
written. Account.
Product shipping.
Product shipping. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, I got a lot of information. That's very nice. Okay, we got almost we mentioned how many? 27 tables. Okay, now let's see how many are actually considered as a table or whether it is not a table. We'll go one by one and we will discuss why that is a table, why that is not a table, right? So whenever I mentioned, okay, this is a table means I must be able to say what are the columns in the table, right? A table contains a combination of the columns and there is a record. The data will become as a record. So if you give the product table, there must be columns in that table. You have to identify what are all the columns you are considering as a product table,
So
right?
that means columns means different kind of products
So,
in the table, right?
It will
so
take product ID,
yes, okay. So product
Okay,
ID.
okay.
So here I'm going to
product
write down.
name.
So I am
A
highlight.
product category.
Yes, perfect. One second. I'm going to be just highlighting as a tables. Then we'll go to each table and write down the columns in the just below that one. Okay.
You
Now
will get product ID,
product ID,
product name,
ID, name,
product cost,
cost,
Product category.
product number of
category,
products available,
product available,
description, product description,
description. Okay. First we will list out all the column names. Then we'll come back and list out the what is the data type. Okay. That way we can go.
Product ID.
Sale price.
reviews.
Reviews. Okay. So yeah. So here we are talking
Size.
related to the products. Okay. So let's take each table. I'm going to be add two columns. After what are the columns you mentioned, I will just add two columns. When the record got inserted, when the record got updated, I want to track the information. So let's take you have added a new product in the product table. So you're telling that okay, product phone, so iPhone, something like that. So you are giving the product ID is equal to 111, something like that, and name is a product iPhone 5, iPhone 7, and cost is something $1,000, and the category is phones, and the product available is in the market, yes, and the description is this is a 7 series of products. That's good. But when this record got inserted, by whom this record got inserted, and if updated, by whom it is updated, and when this is got updated. So I must need this kind of information to track the information, what changes happening in my table. So I'm going to be add those columns. Okay, insert time, update time, and inserted by, updated by. I want
Delete also be there. Delete also be there, right?
update is whenever you deleted, there is no point of I can go and see the record in the table. If you deleted, the record is not there. Then there is no information. I can't get it from there. How to track the deleted record? That is a different concept. Yes, we can track that one. But I can't have the deleted by column in the row. If it is recorded, there is no record itself. Then how can we see the deleted by information, right? So I can call these are all the common columns in the transactional management system. If you want to track the information, these are all the common columns. That's good. Okay. So product ID, name, cost, category, and the product available description. That makes sense. Then give me the sales columns. What do you intended for the sales and what are the columns?
Sir, can we have more than one ID for a column? Like, can we have another,
See,
Yes,
like a
you,
category ID?
Number
you can
of
have,
sales.
you can have.
Number of sales.
Sorry, I'm getting some noise. Maybe, yeah, yeah. Now it's good. Yep.
So sales ID, the ID,
Sales
also
ID,
sales also sales ID,
Salesperson name.
salesperson
uh,
name,
and
sale quantity,
Sale quantity.
Products on sale.
Product on sale.
And that area also will be then area, sales area and sale local area and maybe.
Somebody should please mute yourself. It's very disturbing.
Yeah. Somebody,
Please
if you
do
are
that.
not talking,
Please first mute yourself.
yeah, if you are not talking, please mute yourself.
Total sales.
First mute yourself first. We'll try to figure it out. Yes, Pavani. Okay, thank you. Yeah, please correct your mic, Pavani, and if you are trying to answer the questions, feel free to correct your mic and come back. Unmute yourself. Okay. Yes, sales area. The next one.
Total sales.
Yeah, Hanavi also. I think there is a sound.
Total
You sound. Jahnavi, I think it is you.
I'm talking like
Sales can be retail or individual.
Okay. What's Kushbu?
Sales can be retail or individual, sir.
Okay, retailer sale or individual sale. So if you have the question kind of things, I'm going to be mentioned the column name is retail sale. Okay.
Sure.
So if it is a is retail, you are trying to ask yourself.
No, I'm suggesting two columns. I
Mhm.
don't know whether they fit or not.
That's fine. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, those are retail sales or individual sales.
So what kind of value you are trying to store in that one? Let's take, I have a column called.
Like sometimes we do have sales, but in a bulk quantity, which we sales to only the in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like
we can
wholesale
give it
and
to
retail.
retail.
Like wholesale
And some
and
we
retail.
have for individual purchase.
Yes.
So
So there must be one column. That columns tell you whether it's a
okay.
bulk or an individual. So you need not to have the two columns. So if you have the two columns, what will happen is in one column you will center that is it a bulk transaction? Yes. But in the other column you have to mention no only, right? It's a quite opposite. But if you know
Yeah,
yes,
I
the
got
second
it.
one is ultimately no. So that's why I mentioned we have to, whenever there is a situation come as a true or false, yes or no, those kind of the flag kind of things there, then you can name the column as is the question. Okay, is retail sale. If it is yes means it is retail, no means it is a individual sale. Okay, that's good point. Go ahead.
Instead of you are written two times product on sale, you can write product discount on that one.
Yeah, no, you can give the is retail sale or description. So you can hold one column to capture.
I'm talking about you written the product on sale, your price instead of the product on sale, but the product discount on the product, something like that one.
And the person who suggested me the product on sale, please describe what your intention is, what kind of values you are trying to see over there.
But you are written two times actually in the same column name.
Oh, sorry. Okay, then I can take off maybe. Okay, go ahead. That's good. Go ahead. Any other columns you can mention?
sale time, timestamp.
Sale time. So sale time. Okay, let me just write down whatever you talk. Okay, then we'll go back and
Condition of the,
okay.
condition of the sale, like is it first time or refurbished or something.
Okay, so
Quality of the sale. Yeah.
Not as my first come service. For example, if you one person goes and sell that one first time, now we will get more discount on that one, something like that.
So basically, it's the person who is doing the transaction or the sale. So sale in the sense. So you are talking about the. Let's take I went and I buy something. So you are talking that one as a sale, or there is a agent who sells some items to the customers. So you are talking with respect to the agent perspective, or are you talking with respect to the person who bought it perspective? The sale, whenever you talk about the sale, what perspective you are looking into? Both or one, either of one or both?
Both.
Okay, so the whenever the thing is the customer visited. Is it the first time visited or the multiple times visited customer or customer type? We can mention that customer type, right? He is the, if he is multiple times he is visited, you can say he is the gold customer. He is the new customer. So that kind of information what you are looking, we can classify that one as a customer type. Based upon the customer type, your discount can be applied. Okay, so the customer type. So here, do I need to add the salesperson ID we written, right? The same way the customer ID also we need to write. Okay, customer ID. And I'm not correcting the table. Okay, I'm just collecting the information at this point of time. Then we can go back and correct it. But whatever the information you guys are giving is correct, accurate at this point of time. Okay, let's go ahead and add your point.
Just would sale range be another
sale range
item there on the table?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, which means you are telling that price range. What is the sale range means? So
no, the price is like sometimes, you know, we in the data we might have to somehow point out, you know, what percentage is off of actual sales price.
Okay, so it's going to be a sale amount. You are talking about sale amount,
Yes.
discount.
Okay. Yeah, sale amount. Yeah.
Discount and the total amount.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the 3 points I got from your point. Okay. Yeah. Anything else you want
to? I didn't know what to say. I was just thinking that there might be a way to find out right away what percentage is on a certain item.
Okay, that is the discount. That is the discount.
Yeah.
We can call it as what percentage you give, right? So I give the 10%. I give the 20%. So your sale amount is so actual amount or the sale. Let's take the your sale amount or the actual amount, or we can give the like the price net sale. What we call, so basically actual amount, and discount, and then the total is going to be. So number of items you bought also, right? So quantity.
Sir, we can give till what time range the sale is available, like till how much period?
Till how much period sale is available. So basically you are telling that, okay, you are running some online sales saying that 4 hours this kind of things available, and okay, let me write down, okay, sale available time. So basically, in other words, I can mention like this: is this transaction happened during the sale time or non-sale time, right? So if it is within the sale time, your discount could be 10%. If it is without the sale time, it could be 5%. So your discount could be tagged that one. But now your point is the sale within the sale or not? So it's going to be is transaction or is sale on discount, or is sale on something discount, something like that, or the sale period, is sale in sale period, okay, I can capture like that.
Discount, maybe that will be better.
Yeah, here whether it is happened or not, the timestamp is not necessary for us for the sales perspective. Okay.
If we add the customer ID, why can't we add the customer details also?
Exactly. So the customer should be the different table, right? So you have already have the customer table there. You can add all the customer details. So this is the sales perspective. So now what is the department perspective? And I can copy these columns here.
We can have department ID, department name.
So now before going to answer that one, what is the department perspective? What department?
Home, kitchen, baby.
Okay. So the category, product category.
Yeah.
So we have, it's a kind of a what?
So then we already have a category table.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to come, right? So
it's an employee department like sales department, customer service department.
Yeah.
So you are trying to track the number of departments you have. Is a employee, is the customer department, or this one. So basically here, see, this is the project what we are designing for the online retail store. Then now you are telling that you are trying to have the employee information of the persons who are working in this retail store, what department they belongs to. I can give, okay, let me rename this one is the customer department, sorry, salesperson department, or the employee department. Let's talk that all the employees in that company are the employee, okay? This is going to be employee department. Let me write down department ID, department name, okay. What else?
Number of person in that department.
Number of persons in the department. Okay. Okay.
Employee joining date.
Employee joining date would be in the department table.
No.
Employee table.
Yeah. So it won't be in the. So think about whenever you are trying to define one column, this one, that record has to be available for you. Whenever something has to provide this information. So when you are writing the department information, you don't know the how many employees or at this point of time, right? You just know the what are the departments you have. Then you have the employees table. Then you have these employees belong to this department. Initially, you will just add these are the departments I have in my company. That's it. Simply close it, right? So at this point of time, I'm going to be stop this one. We'll come back. Okay, customer.
Customer ID.
Customer ID.
Customer first name, last name.
Okay, first name, last name.
Payment, customer payment type.
Transaction details like credit card details.
Credit card
Phone
details.
number.
Okay, phone number.
Address.
Address.
Customer type if he is gold card customer, silver
Okay.
card customer, whatever.
Okay,
Date of birth.
Date of birth.
Gender.
Gender. Okay. What else? If you want to add something else?
Salary.
Customer history we can add.
Yeah,
Customer
Is a
history.
regular customer or
Okay, customer type, that will give us the type of the customer. Okay. Salary, customer salary, you won't collect the customer salary. If you are going to, yeah, if you are trying to go to purchase something in the CS.com or Macy's or some online retail, it is irrespective to collect them to give. Will you provide your salary information to them? You are buying one phone.
No.
Okay, yeah. Let's leave the customer over there. That's good. Very good information. Keep on, guys. Okay, category. Please give me five more minutes, guys. 5 to 10 minutes. Maximum will cover on the some base tables, and I will teach you how to write a simple table. Then you can go back and at home and you can create the tables. Okay. Please allow me next 10 minutes. I know this is over the time, 8:02, but please allow me 10 more minutes maximum. Okay. So the category.
Home.
category name. Home.
Name. Okay.
Category ID.
Category ID. Name.
Category name. Description.
Description. How would you define the name and description, 2 columns? What is your intention? That's a good to have. Yes, description is the good to have, but how would you see?
Sometimes the product names can be confusing, so we can add more details.
The product names are in the product table. Okay. Here
Sorry, I mean cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Category name. Okay.
Category.
Yeah, we need to give some more details about what kind of category it is, so you can use the description field. That's perfect. Okay. Let's next one.
Price range.
Price range. Okay. So how would you define a price range for a category? Let's take there is a cloths is the category, right? So a cloths, it could be the kids or it could be the men, women, or anything, right? So is it good idea to have the category has the price range or a product has a price range? So
Product.
So the price
Product
range,
ID
yeah,
price.
price range is associated to a item level. It's not at the category level, right? So you can
Okay.
collect, you definitely can have the price range. So I can have the, let's take the clothes category. In that one, jeans is the subcategory. In that one, I have the so and so thing. So I can have the range, price range. Actual price will be associated to the actual item. Sub product level, that's good. Yeah, why not? In the category also I can have the price range. So but you are thinking that if you go log into the site and there is a left hand side, there is a price range checkbox, you select it, based upon that, that will give you the information, right? That's exactly what your question is. So for those things, distinct price ranges I can have in a separate table kind of thing. Okay, instead of having to the price range in category, the thing is we are restricting. Let's take I add the class, you give the range as 1000 to 2000. The tomorrow you got a one good class, one item which is a 3000. Then will you go and change the category price? It doesn't require, right? So the price range is kind of a separate table we can manage. That's fine. Let me just write down. I'm not going to be explain each and the column right now. We'll go to that next iteration. That's right. Okay, go ahead.
Subcategory.
What is that?
Subcategories.
Subcategory, we can have a separate table. Okay, so then we can map the category and map subcategory as a separate table. So you can give, yes, you can have here subcategory ID, subcategory name. So ID, okay, subcategory name. What else? Good. Let me go back to the invoice. What is the invoice? How the invoice is different than the sales?
Invoice number.
No, how the invoice is different than the sales?
Invoice, basically when you have products coming from the vendor, you have an invoice, versus sales when you're selling to the customers.
Perfect.
Or
Yeah. So invoice is whenever you
You
as a
can have
company,
customer ID and invoice.
yeah, you
Mostly a
that,
financial
in the two
invoice.
things, right? So
Yeah.
invoice can be, let's take when one customer bought 10 items kind of things in one invoice. So you can have the 10 sales information, what are all the sales you have. That's good. Let me make the invoice ID. Okay, and as the first one mentioned, exactly the product from the vendor, when you are buying, you will order, okay, I give the invoice of the 100 items, you ship it, then I sell to the customer. That is also way I can see invoice ID number, invoice number. Next,
invoice amount.
amount,
Invoice amount.
amount,
Date.
date, invoice date.
Invoice
Due
item.
date.
Sorry, could you please come again?
Invoice.
Invoice expiry date also
Invoice
mentioned.
expiry date. Okay,
Invoice item.
Invoice approval also there, no? Invoice approval.
Quantity of products.
quantity of products,
Name of the
Invoice
product.
item.
invoiced items. Quantity of products and invoiced of products, both are the same, right? Are you guys envisioning differently?
Yes, it's the same.
Yeah, go ahead.
The company which is issuing the invoice.
The company which is issuing the invoice. Okay,
Seller name. Seller name.
seller name. Okay,
Tax percentage.
tax percentage.
Payment method.
Payment method.
Only paid date. Customer name.
Payment made by. Customer name.
Transaction type.
Transaction type. What is the transaction type indicates? How it is different?
By credit card, debit card, cash.
Okay. Okay. So it's a payment method.
Yes, sorry.
Payment method, already we gone through it.
But actually invoice having the two types will be there, correct? Incoming material, outgoing material maybe.
Okay. Okay. Incoming or outgoing is incoming. I can just mention.
Invoice type we can write in this.
Invoice type.
Invoice type. Okay. We can written as invoice type.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Let's stop the invoice table over here. We'll revisit. What is the price? So price is not a table at all. Okay. Price would be associated to an item or a sale or something. So the price itself is not a table at all. Okay, so it's going to be somewhere. Okay, cancel this. Okay, transaction. Okay, how the transaction is different than the sales what we gone through there, or the transaction is different than the invoice. Is anyone has?
So transaction completely records the payment method, like how all the transaction incoming and outgoing transactions are carried out for that online form.
So you already have the transaction invoice type, payment method, all these things in the invoice table. And if this invoice is to charge the vendor and this is the sales to the customer, then there is no need of the transaction table over here. You guys agree?
It's not required.
Okay.
It's not required. It's not required.
Yes. Okay. Go back.
But if we
Go ahead.
if we want to store the transactions when the company started, from then if you want to store all the transactions till date, where do we record such?
Either whatever the transaction you mentioned, it could be the invoice or the sale, right? So whenever you created this table, you can have the data from the whenever the data is available from you. So it doesn't stop you to store the previous year's data, something like that. We are not restricted anywhere. Okay.
Okay.
Then quantity. Is the quantity is a table?
It's not required. Quantity is not at all required.
No,
Quantity
it
is
will be attribute.
Yes. Location is the table.
Location we can make it, but it's not location. Also, for example, you take in the region wise,
Yes.
district wise and country wise, something like that one.
Yes. Location is a table, right? So it's a kind of a geography table.
Yes.
So
maybe it can be.
yeah, so we will take the geography location information, and you can map this location to the customer. You can map this location to the employee. You can map this location to anyone. Sales transaction also, right? So the location is a table. So location ID, and you can have it's like a hierarchical manner, country, region, or you can have the country, state. Okay, in that format also, city,
District, something, city,
district, pin code.
Pin code number.
Yeah, pin code. Okay.
Address.
Address means combination of all these things, nothing but the address, right?
Yes.
Okay, maybe you can have the house number, something like that. That is the address one. Yeah, you can have the address one, address to some dummy fields.
Yeah, definitely.
Address to, yeah.
Sir, in that particular region or location, how many stores do we have? No, it's an online, sorry.
That's fine, that's fine. Even though offshore also, whenever your question is how many products I have in this location or how many sales happened. So there is a transactions in the transaction table. You can have um, uh, the transaction location, something like that. Then you can map this location ID there, or
Yeah.
you can map this
We
location
should
to the
map
customer.
the location to the customer, right?
Exactly. You can map the location to the customer. Let's take, I'm the customer in the US customers, but I bought this product in somewhere. We are talking about the online, that's perfect, that's a different. But if you take the store also, the store has the location information and the customer has the location information. So the location you can map to anyone. Okay. Is the size is the thing?
No, it will be an
No.
attribute.
Yeah. Orders. Orders is nothing
It
but the
will
sales,
be
right?
sales. Yes.
The salesperson name.
Not required.
Yeah.
Attribute.
So yeah, here we don't have, we have the only customer. Maybe you can have the salesperson as the employee. So you can have the salesperson, not the salesperson name.
It's already there in the employee, the department category, correct?
That
It
is
will
just the
come
department.
under the employee tables, right?
Uh, that is the exactly. So you can call this one as the employee or the salesperson, right?
Yeah, but you can mention in the employee table, right? So
No.
many
Oh, you
people.
have the employee table here. Okay. Then I'm
Yeah,
striking out this one. Okay. Then employee. Here you can have the employee ID,
employee first name,
name.
last name, date of
Yeah.
birth,
First name,
Employee, last name,
date of birth.
gender.
and date of birth, gender, male,
Okay. So
joining.
that's good, guys. Okay. Now the vendors. We can have the vendor as a table. One second.
Yes.
Delivery time is not a table, right?
Yes.
And amount related is a table.
No.
No.
So
Marketing
can
is,
we have employee login information, like when he logged in into the system?
that is the point. Okay, we will come to login information. Okay, login table. Okay, so that's one thing. That login information nothing but the transaction. I don't care about when you log in. I care about when you buy it, when it is shipped, when it is delivered. I
Yeah.
won't, right?
No, actually, what you
Employee
want to
which
write is
department, belongs to which department?
Yes. Okay. The department table, we have the employee department table. We can map that one. Okay. Marketing is the table. It is a subject area. Marketing is a
Yeah.
subject area. It is not a table. Okay. And the financing is the subject area. It is not a table. In the financing, we have a lot of the tables.
no, actually, fine. I want to talk about the financing. For example, if you start the one particular business, you want to maintain the stock. You're taking the finance from the different sources. For example, you're taking the finance loan, or maybe finance from the partners.
Okay.
For example, different type of partners will be there. For example, total share under share will be there,
Uh-huh.
and each person maybe 10 total 10 10 people
Okay, so
from the
in that
business.
scenario, the financing, whatever you mentioned, the financial source, TBL financial source, yeah, financing also. So you need to mention as whenever you give the generic term kind of thing, right? The table names concept also we'll talk about. Whenever you create a table name, something like that, you need to give the proper name. It's not the generic name. The table name should reflect what you are doing in that one. In the table,
No,
what kind of information.
correct. What my intention that one actually what I'm
I
saying, for
understand.
example, if for example, if 10 people are there, each person may be sharing 2%, 5%, 20%, 30%, and if that amount is also not sufficient, we take that loan from the different banks.
So it's a kind of a investment, basically from where this organization is. So yes, so I can call this one as a source type, source finance type, something like that. Okay,
Yeah.
finance type, and yeah, don't bother about all the tables. What we are talking about is not only just related to the online store, but we covered a lot of subject area. That's why I like it. Okay, we will go through the if I want to create only one website, what are the tables we will consider, what are the tables we will drop it, we'll talk in the next session. But whatever the information you are thinking about, your thought process is exactly accurate. This is what we need for the database developers. We need to think about what kind of data we are capturing, how we are going to use this data, and how it is.
Is it required or not? Source finance type is required or not?
It is required if you are trying to capture the financial information. I'm going to be including at this point of time. Okay, I will just include the column names what you mentioned, and then we will go through it. Okay, the scope of the concept also matter. We will talk about that one in the next session. Okay, just I will add a few lines over here. Source type. So it's a microfinance or some particular person kind of things, and the finance start date.
Finance,
and end date, amount, interest, something like that. Okay, something like that. Okay, and customer support. Customer support is a big subject area. Okay, so how many times customer
this
called?
will also come under the
Exactly.
department, right?
Yeah, customer support. Whenever you mention a customer support, how many times a customer called to customer support regarding one issue, whether it is a refund back to him. So it has a lot of tables. Customer support is not a single table; it's a subject area. Okay, we'll talk about, yes, we will get at least 5 tables under the customer support. We'll talk about this one tomorrow. Okay, the discount is not a table at all, right? You guys agree?
Yes.
Cool. Gift cards is also means a kind of a, did you apply any this one? So we can apply the gift card in the sales table. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be add the gift card here. Is gift card. Okay. So I'm just taking off gift card is not a table. And the rewards also a big table. Again, the reward type, how many rewards you got. It's not a single table. It's a concept again. Like the customer support, rewards also one of the concept. Okay. So we'll leave this one right now here. I'm considering this one, but I'm not considering as the single table. Stock.
Sir, one
Yep.
question I have. Like you explained before that table which are related to each other comes under one schema.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. So you said this customer support is totally a big concept
Yes.
as well as this rewards. So do we consider this combination of these tables like customer supports in a different schema?
Perfect. Yes. Customer support as a separate schema, and you can create all the related tables under the customer support. You can create the
Yeah.
rewards. HR is the one of the schema. Employee, the sales is the one of the schema. All the sales related tables into the sales schema. Inventory is the one of the schema. Okay. So the
Okay. Yeah.
inventory, sales, customer support. Now you guys are
Rewards.
exactly rewards, exactly driving into the business. That's what we need. Okay. How you divide your business into different segments. Each segment can have its own namespace. Under that one, it has its own tables. And each business segment can interrelate also. So we can create a combination of the stored procedures, how to map those things later. But what you are thinking is exactly right. Yes, that is correct. Okay. And the stock also. It's a kind of a different, completely business area. It's not a simple single table, right? So it's kind of a stock. When you guys are talking about the stock, is it a inventory, like how many products are available, how many are non-available, when is the ship date, when it's going to be available, who are the vendors, and all these things, right? So it's the inventory is the concept over here. So payment methods. Is there a credit card, debit card, or how you are paying, cash, something like that. So I can have this one as a small table. That's fine. Okay. Payment type. And I can use this payment method type into that one, so that if tomorrow some other payment type, like the mobile banking, I'm paying, then I can have the mobile banking as option over here. I need not to enter in all tables. So payment method can be treated as a separate table. ID, name, something like that. Okay, I'm just adding 1 or 2 columns. Payment method ID, name, type, etc. Okay, and the account. What is the account? Which account are you guys talking?
Like logging into your own account to shop.
Customer account, customer account you are talking about,
Yeah,
right?
customer
So
account.
yeah, so you already have the customer table. Then that customer ID itself is your account ID, or you can have the login table. But account, yes, you can consider this one as the login information, username, password for the given customer, right? So that information you can include in the customer table directly, because you are managing all other information for the customer. Then there is no need of the account separately. But account is the one table. We already covered this concept in the customer. Agree? Do you want to add any other information? Okay, product shipping. Product shipping also one of the,
Shipping,
when it is happened, so
shipping
it
type
the
selector.
shipping types, something like that. So basically product shipping will come back to you, due date here in the transaction itself.
Location,
Yeah, so
shipping location,
those things you can add up over here in the sales itself. Okay, so I can,
quantity of product shipped.
yeah, so this one product shipping, I can make this one as a separate entity, or I can create a separate table, just map the sale ID over here. So like that, customer address ID, customer shipping address, okay, product shipping ID, sales ID, and something shipping address, type, which means FedEx or whatever it is, due date, and ship date, delivery date, and delivery
Mo-
status,
Mode of shipping,
mode of ship.
standard or
Okay, that is the type what I mentioned. We can make the,
Shipping tracking,
yeah,
tracking.
tracking number. That's good. Okay, so let's keep those things. Okay, now we covered almost all the information what we, so did we guys understand what can be considered as a table, what can be considered not considered as a table, like the price, quantity, these are all the single attributes, these are not related to a table. Okay, good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish this list. I will make sure that I will talk with the team, make sure that they got this list posted in somewhere in the site, and once you log into your account you must be able to see. I will talk to the team tonight, and we'll make sure that I post this Excel sheet for you guys. You can find the same Excel sheet and the step-by-step documentation drive, right? In the same path you can see this Excel sheet. Just download this Excel sheet, and at your end add the data type what you can think of associated to each column. Okay, name, column name, right? So what I am expecting from you is by tomorrow go through all these columns and just list out what is the data type you are thinking about, and prepare this sheet at your end, so that tomorrow when I talked about how to create the create statement, all these things, you can directly jump onto your work environment, you can create these many tables. Does it make sense? Is it interesting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm pasting the link right away here. So what link, where you can find this one? Okay, so in that link itself you will find this Excel sheet. I will upload in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, everybody got the link? I just pasted it. There I will upload this sheet, Excel sheet. Just download it, and you will just write down the data types what you complete. And I like your time commitment and putting the extra efforts, extra hours over here. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate. And it's for your job, right? It's for your life. So please take this one as a committed working session. I would like to give the important information and hands-on within these 3 weeks how much we can possible, and SQL basics end to end. At the end of the session, I would like to see you to create some objects, read the object, write the object, write some basic queries. That is the goal. So whatever the time you are hearing, listening 1.5 hour, right? Just spend extra 1 hour at home to do the work or the homework what we thought about. That will definitely make you put you somewhere. Okay, definitely we'll go through it, and these sessions will definitely give you some output for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
all.
so much.
Yep, thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.